What's going on, everyone? So, breaking news. Scott Foley has returned for the upcoming Scream 7. Now, we don't know exactly what role he's going to play. If it's going to be like a flashback, a nice little callback or something like that. You know, maybe there's some tie-in, some connection. However, two things. One, they shouldn't have announced this. This should have been like a secret hire. Two, I am petrified that they are going to do something silly, right? Scream 5 and 6, look, I have been very critical of. I love the Scream franchise, but Scream 5 and 6 has not been the most creative in the realm of, you know, the Scream series. And bringing back Roman Bridger, are they really going to do like a twin or like, I seriously hope that they don't do some like Roman Bridger had a twin and he's now the mastermind and the Ghostface cult and all that. That's just, I really hope that this is just like a little flashback, a little callback, right? Maybe this ties into like a Stu Mocker, right? Maybe Stu is coming back and that's the route that they're going to go, because that would be more believable than Roman being alive. Or if they go like a twin brother route or something. I'm not a fan of Stu returning, but it's looking more and more like that's what's going to happen, that they're going to do the fan service. They're going to bring back Stu or go some route in that way. We got the psychiatric hospital. It's going to be something. Now, my hope is that Roman Bridger is in this as a way to kind of link it and make it all make sense. I'm hoping Scott Foley isn't in this film as like a main character or anything, right? I'm hopeful that he's not in this as Roman. Right? Like, I would rather them bring back Stu, as much as I am not a fan of, like, just let the dead stay dead. Let the past be the past. Can't we come up with new creative ideas and new creative stories? There's so much you could still do with the Scream franchise that you just, like, these new showrunners just have no creative thought in their mind. They have no creative, like, if this is something where Roman is back or he has a twin or something, it's gonna be terrible, right? Like, and then they're gonna bring. More likely, what's gonna happen is it's probably gonna be the Stu. They'll probably bring back Stu Mocker. They're gonna have Scott Foley return as Roman, and they'll do some like little flashback, some little callback in some capacity. That's my guess. That's what I think will happen in this regard. I really hope he's not back to actually be back or play Roman or anything like that. I have real concern that they're going to do something like that. But then if you are going to bring him back, right, as Roman, why would you announce that? Right? Like, cause now you turned off a bunch of people. I'm already seeing a lot of people that are just not happy about this. Right? Which I don't blame them. I'm not happy about this either. Like, what's the point? Unless it's just solely for like a flashback sequence, a flashback scene, and you're having him, relay some information or something, right? Like, maybe he helped Stu escape or set up his past or something, right? Like, whatever. If you go that route, fine, right? But if you bring him back in any real capacity, where you try to justify that he had a twin all along, right? And because look, if you watch Scream 3, there has to be another killer. There has to be. There are literal scenes and sequences in that film that make zero sense unless there is another killer. Unless somebody else, like Roman literally teleports in that film. And we've talked about it, we've joked about it on like live streams and the Lethal Collective and all that stuff, right? Like, unless there is something where, which is why I fear that they're going to do like the identical twin route, and Sydney really had two twins and it's a full callback. They're basically going to do Scream 3 2.0, which for those that are like, no way, they're not going to do that. Scream 5 was 96 2.0. Scream 6 was Scream 2 2.0. Yes, where there's some differences. Yes, where there's some variations. Sure. But overall, the story idea, the direction was the same. It was the exact same thing. So now, what I think is going to happen is they're going to do some little callback. They're going to have Roman always did have an accomplice. It was an accomplice the entire time, and it was his brother. But even then, it's like, okay, so where have you been the last 26 years by the time the movie came out? So where have you been? What have you done? Right? Like, so what? You just been spending the last 25 years plotting your revenge? At least Roman was like, 4 years, right? Like, and he had other people that he was trying to get out, right? So, this is like, talk about a long game. Talk about, like, really drawing this out and playing the long game here. It's so silly to me. It is so silly if they go down this route, right? Now, look, maybe they don't go that route. Again, maybe it's just a nice little callback or a little flashback or something like that. But just based on what we've seen from Scream 5 and 6, I don't trust them. I don't trust the writers to be creative enough to do something that isn't predictable, such as bringing Roman back, right? Or having him have an evil twin or something, another twin, right? And it's just that, to me, it would ruin the movie. It would, even if that movie is leading up and is the best Scream movie we have ever gotten. If Roman is revealed and, it's like, I'm not Roman, I'm Broman. Like, I'm going to lose my mind. And look, I said Scream 6, right? Did a whole video about it, talked about it in live streams, all of that. I said Scream 6 is going to do the revenge parent role. They'll probably swap it and it'll be a father, right? But they're gonna copy Scream 2. And I said, if they do that, I'm not gonna be a fan of Scream 6. Because, again, they lack creativity. They just keep rehashing. If I want to watch Scream 1, 2, and 3, I can just go watch Scream 1, 2, and 3. It's not like they don't exist. Why do I need Scream 1, 2, and 3 2.0? Why do I need another remake? Yeah, it's slightly different. Right? Oh, but it wasn't just the revenge of the parent. It was the siblings too. Oh, okay, so basically it's the typical, hey, yeah, you can copy me, just change it a little bit so we don't get caught. That's what that was. That was, I'm going to just copy the original Scream films and I'm just going to change a few things so it doesn't look like it's, so people can argue and justify why it's not the same thing. It's the same thing. Literally. It's the same thing. Same movie, same all of it. It is so incredibly frustrating. I really pray and hope that they don't bring Roman back in any real capacity or Scott Foley back in any real capacity. I hope it's something where it's just a flashback, it's just a callback or something like that. But you can already see that's probably not how this is going to go. It's so frustrating. It is so frustrating because I'm such a fan of the Scream franchise. I mean, I built this channel on the back of Scream, literally. And I just feel like they're just butchering this franchise. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, and that was my opinion. And as always, I'd love to hear yours. So let me know down in the comments below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Do you feel different? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. Let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. It's me enjoy these types of videos. I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.